Here, coming to you with a new video. Today's video is going to be explaining why I can no longer do lives for a while. Thank you to all of you lovely subscribers who have been on my side and cheering me on and helping me while I struggle to figure out how to be a first-time mom. But some of you people on here have not been so kind and want to call CPS on me for having a bad day and having a bad moment and freaking out on my child. Sorry I'm human. Sorry I'm not perfect. Sorry I make mistakes. Sorry that sometimes when people get mad, they say shit they don't mean. Out of anger or annoyance or being stressed or being overtired. Sorry that, I've literally been a mom for all of a month and a half. I don't have everything figured out yet. Sorry that for the first month of his life, I had help at the drop of a hat. My mom was in town. Daddy was home. B would come over whenever I needed help. Now I don't have that because B has her own life. She's got her own to deal with. Yes, we're going to court so that we can make her legally his mom. So he can have 3 parents instead of 2. But still, she's got her own life. She works. She's got her own kids. She's got a boyfriend. She doesn't have time to come over every time I need help. Sorry that Daddy went back to work. And I'm now responsible for this child by myself for 8 to 16 hours a day, depending on if he has to work a double or not, 6 days a week. And I don't have it figured out after 2 weeks of doing it completely on my own. Sorry, my mom went back to Tennessee. Sorry, I don't have 24/7 help anymore. I have help from whatever time Daddy gets home from work till usually 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, till 9:30 when we drop him off. God forbid I slip and say something I shouldn't. And how in the hell did you figure out where I live and call my work to tell my boss that you reported me to CPS? I want to know that because, just an FYI, in case none of you have figured out, the only person's real name and information the only person's real name I use is my son's and my stepkids. I don't use Daddy's real name. That's for him to do on his channel. I don't use B's real name. I don't even use my real name. I use my little name. And I don't tell you where I live. I say the state, but that's about it. I didn't tell you my county or my city. So how you figured that out, I don't know. But I'm really friggin' pissed. Another thing is, and it's not like you got it off my Instagram, because, again, I don't use my real information on my Instagram either. So it's linked to this. And my Facebook isn't linked to this. Because that's my own personal Facebook. Not my little Facebook. I don't have a little Facebook. I don't have a little space for Facebook. So I'd really like to know that story too. How you figured out my info. Just because you're a daycare worker does not give you the right. Yeah, you're a mandated reporter. I get that. I work in a daycare too. You think I would risk my job, my livelihood, to hurt my child when I could easily, in a heartbeat, get him a new home? If I really couldn't handle it, B would take him in a heartbeat. Daddy wouldn't let anything happen to him. You know how many times he's been falsely accused by his ex of hurting his two? When we hadn't even had them in weeks. So how that was even possible, I don't even know. So, furthermore, thanks to CPS having to now show up at my house tomorrow, because of one of you inconsiderate jerks that rather call CPS instead of giving me helpful tips and advice on how to be a new mom and how to deal with being a new mom. because working at a daycare doesn't fully prepare you for being a new parent. Because at a daycare, you get to give them back at the end of the day. When they're yours, you don't get to do that. And me risking not being able to go back to work on the 23rd because of this fucking CPS case that you want to put on me, when I find out who you are, there's going to be a serious problem. Because there is no reason that anybody should ever call CPS on me. And I swore the day I got pregnant that the first person that did was going to give me a reason, a real reason for them to call CPS. I don't know. If I knew who did it, I wouldn't be making this video. But it was one of you guys, apparently. One of the 283 subscribers that I have, or someone that saw this video randomly, because they had the nerve to call my daycare and tell me that they were a daycare provider, that, oh, you don't want parents to see that video? None of the parents know I'm on YouTube. Thank you. The only ones that know are my coworkers. If I knew which video it was, I would take the video down. It was one of my many downstairs cleaning videos, which doesn't help me. Like, how does calling CPS help a first-time mom? You're never going to send me to friggin' anger management or some shit and be like, oh, you need to be checked. Yeah, and tell me that I have postpartum depression. Bitch, I don't have postpartum depression. I have a doctor's note because I went to the doctor's yesterday for that. There's nothing wrong with me other than the normal stress of being a first-time mom. Sorry I didn't get it perfect in the month and a half I've been a parent. And clearly, whoever reported me doesn't have kids. Because working in daycare is not the same as being a parent. Clearly, whoever reported me is perfect. And they've never freaked out on a child. They've never gotten pissed at a child. They've never had a moment of anger or been stressed. Because their daycare is perfect. They don't have kids. And their life is friggin' perfect. And they do no wrong. In what universe is that a true fact? Do you, like, I find that really hard to believe that they work in a daycare and they've never gotten stressed out. They've never gotten pissed off. They've never had an upset. They've never accidentally slipped and said something they shouldn't have. Because I can't tell you one person out of my whole job that's not happened to. They've never slipped and made a mistake. Not one. What do I need a lawyer for? I have to talk to CPS and they're probably going to make me do anger management or some shit and sign some papers saying I don't hit my child. They're going to do the same bullshit to me that they did to Daddy when Daddy had a false CPS case against him. He was abusing kids. He was locking them in their rooms and they weren't eating. There was food in the house. There was no lock on their bedroom door. And the marks that they had were old and we hadn't had them in almost a month. And they were old marks. So how'd they get them from our house if we hadn't had them in almost a month? And they were freaking mosquito bites. At that. Old mosquito bites, for pity's sake. You know how easy it is for a child to get bit by a mosquito? It doesn't make you a bad parent because your child gets bit by a mosquito. That actually makes you a better parent because your kid is outside enjoying the fresh air and stuck inside the house. Hold on, I gotta message Daddy real quick. Yes, I'm here. So, yeah. So, I just want to say that this is going to be my last live for a while since people want to come at me since he doesn't sleep during the day and it's hard to make lives late at night when I'm tired. And with going back to work soon, if the CPS case gets cleared up, I'm really not going to have much time anyways because I'll be working 9 to 6. So, yeah. So I'm sorry for those of you who actually just want to have fun and see my life and see what I'm up to and talk about pops and what I eat in the fridge and video games and everything else. I'm sorry that one person has to ruin it for all the good viewers that I have. One bad apple has to ruin it for everybody. And I'm really sorry for that. But you know what? I can't risk my child's life again. I can't and I won't. And if that makes me a bad YouTuber, then that's a risk I'm willing to take. If I lose followers because of that, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to sit here and have to worry every time I make a live that my son's going to start crying and I'm going to get irritated. And I'm going to slip and say something I shouldn't. And CPS is going to be called on me. That is not how I want to live my life. And to whoever called CPS on me, I hope you're watching this and I hope you rot in hell. I hope karma bites you in the ass for making a false report. Instead of helping a first-time mother learn how to be a first-time mother and deal with life, making a false report. But anyways, I just want to come on here and make this video. But I have to go because Daddy just got here. Because he got out of work early. And Squeaky is cranky. And we can't let him cry on camera or I'm a bad parent and going to get CPS called on me. So, I will see you guys when I see you guys. And I'm very sorry for all of you wonderful people out there that actually want to give a shit. And actually help. And be productive to my life. Bye for now, guys.